Morning, welcome to RuralVacantLand.com. This is Luke Smith, and I've got another cheap, easy property I'd like to show you. This one is in Baxter County, Arkansas, and let's jump into the computer and I'll show you the property. I'm asking $499 for this one, and I just made a video about it and the audio didn't work, so I'm redoing it. $499. It's Baxter County, Arkansas. I was just saying that. It's $8, almost $9 a year in taxes. There's a buy it now link. We can click on that, and there's a title. You can put your title in there, your tax information in there, your contact information. Basically hit next. You gotta hit this, hit some stuff. Hit next. Put your credit card, debit card in there, and the property's yours. So it's really easy to check out with this one. Like pretty much all the properties on the website, and there's GPS coordinates here if you want to go take a look at it first. That's probably a pretty good idea. You pull that up in your phone, pull this listing up in your phone. Or if you're watching this video on the phone, it'll be a link down below. You click on that link, and it'll bring you to this listing. And then go to the GPS coordinates. Click on those GPS coordinates. And when you click on it in your phone, it opens, the driving directions. It'll do you driving directions to the property. You can drive right up to the property and take a look at it. In the computer, it pulls up the fancy Google Maps, and so in Google Maps you can see where the property is on the map, and it's right next to this big lake. It's Norfork Dam Lake. If we zoom out a little bit, well, I don't know what button I hit. Uh-oh. Let's go back. So there's a Walmart over here. There's a Home Depot. There's Lowe's, all right next to each other. Mountain Home. If you go into Mountain Home, it's got your classic schools and libraries, and just classic small town feel. But the lake is, I think, a lot more entertaining. Maybe that's more of who I am. I'd rather go spend time on the lake than spend time in town. But it's nice to have them both next to each other. So the lake, you've got nooks and crannies and room to roam and all over the place. And it goes right up, way up here into Missouri. The lake goes down to the dam down here in the south. At the south end, the river comes out to the White River. And the White River, I just wonder if we can zoom in and see some boats on the White River. The White River looks like spectacular fly fishing, and it is. I mean, there's just all kinds of pictures and information about fly fishing the White River on the internet if you want to study that. The Buffalo River looks like the kind of river I'd like to take my kids on. This is a nationally preserved river. I think it's the first one of its kind. And this, see wiggly waggly through the woods, and this thing goes on and on and on. So you can put a kayak in there, or a canoe, or a raft or something, and go float the river and see the countryside. It's got those big white cliffs hanging off the sides. But the White River comes out of Bull Shoals Lake. And look at the size of this one. It's another one of these monster lakes. It goes up into Missouri, Arkansas, on both sides of the border. And they dammed this thing up back in the day, create electricity, create jobs and stuff. And just boom, huge lake. Branson's right over here. So Branson has what's the name of their lake? I forget the name of their lake. But they've got a big lake there, and that dams up, and then from there it goes downstream to this one, Table Rock Lake. Yes, Table Rock Lake's pretty popular too. So Table Rock Lake going into Bull Shoals, followed by Norfork Dam, Norfork Lake, like boom, boom, boom. 3 major lakes and a bunch of rivers all around them too, for fly fishing and fishing, spin casting, and duck hunting, sightseeing. So there's the property. It's surrounded by all that beauty in northern part of Arkansas. And as we zoom in on the property, we've got a big paved road over here. I think there's a power line that goes through here. You can see the power line route going over to this house. And you get a bunch of woods, so it's property in the woods. This kind of looks like power line right here too, I think. Is that a power line route? Kind of looks like a pole there. Might be a tree. But there's a power line right here. And then the property, that might just be a driveway going to some other properties. So this is like, this chunk of woods here would be your woods. There's nobody around. I mean, yeah, there's an old cabin up here, but that'd be your closest neighbor. There's a bunch of woods and stuff before you get to the next house. And then your driveway going out here, you go down, around. I guess you go past some neighbors over here, but you go drive through there, pass a couple random neighbors on your way out to the road. So you're not going to really hear this road. It's going to be hidden by a bunch of woods. And this looks like, I think it's boat storage, boat and RV storage. Looks like they've added on a couple times. They keep adding on more storage buildings. And then you can see the entrance and exit here. That's the storage place, but yeah, so this would be your driveway, and it's Baxter County 866. It's a public road, it's county maintained road. I don't know what that sign says, but that'd be your shot in and out of there. A nice paved ramp in and off the highway. And then if we look around the area, let's see what this stuff is. So I think we got the boat and RV storage place. What does that say? Wash Day Wilderness Point Resort Campground on the lake. There's a resort 1 mile to the lake. Wash Day Laundromat Car Truck. Okay, so I think you can wash your car right across the street. Looks like there's a laundromat just across the street. Help you get started too. This looks like the boat and RV storage place. Wonder if you can see around the area. Yeah. So you can, I think there's a fire station coming up too. But so it looks like, this is the kind of countryside we're talking about. It's just rolling hills covered in trees. Sometimes people chop a chunk out and grew some crops, but it's trees, 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 just healthy trees in all directions. Reminds me of northern Michigan, where I grew up. But further south, it doesn't get as cold. I wonder if we can go to the dam. Okay, so here's the road, so the property would be up in here. So if we follow this road, this goes to town, and so there's a bunch of boat buildings here. You could store your boat in one of these buildings. You have to rent a space, and then you can just go jump in. You gotta walk the dock and stuff. Bring your bait and tackle and things with you. Probably some kind of license, I guess, too. I doubt they charge much for it here. Jump in the boat, drive around, go catch some fish. Get away from everything, get some silence. So it looks like this road comes out to the bridge. You could probably get on the bridge here, see if we get some views. Yeah, there we go. So the camera guy drove across the bridge. There's pine trees and maple oak kinds of trees mixed together. Here's some boat houses. Looks like another resort, resorts and boat houses. There's another bridge up north too. So just multiple bridges. This cell tower over here is probably where the town is. If we zoom out a little bit, I could show you that. Pathfinder Bay public use area. Let's zoom in. I wonder if we can see that. So here's a park right next to the lake. Looks like they put a bathroom in. That's nice. Think they got an air conditioner in the bathroom? Maybe. Looks like a septic field. Power line going out to the lake. Oh, campground. There you go. So there's a campground over here. If you're looking at figuring out the property and getting it set up and stuff, you could probably move into one of these campgrounds while you go set it up. I got sidetracked, so let's go over here. Yeah, so there's the Walmart. I think this is Home Depot here and Lowe's here. So you could pull in here, you get all kinds of supplies right on the side of town without even having to go into town. But if you go into town, looks like there's a cinema, McDonald's, food store, Hobby Lobby, Walgreens. There's your pharmacy. That's good to know. There's a big hospital in town here somewhere too. I'm not exactly sure where it's at. I've pulled it up. Here's a high school. Here's a sheriff's office. There's downtown. I'll take a little drive through town. There's a health food store, Nature's Way health food store. I wonder what that is. Some Californians start that one. Or what's their version of health food? Oh, that's cute. So it's like the town's getting regentrified, right? Like they're fixing up the old stuff with new modern kinds of things. And like that's not your classic Arkansas to see health food stores. There's pizza and florist. It's just, you know, classic little town. Probably the courthouse. Some more food. People walking around. Clothing. Photography. Some junk stores. And the courthouse in the middle of town. So your classic town with the courthouse and courtyard, little park around it. So let's pull up the property lines. So here's the property lines. This isn't the right property. Let me put a different one in here. So we'll let that one spin its wheels and we'll come back. So we got, I found this girl on Instagram that is living in the area that takes pictures. I thought she takes pretty nice pictures. She's got, look at that, 101 likes on this one. This is just, let's see if they say it. She's got all kinds of tags. She's tag spam this thing. But yeah, so Ozark Mountains, you know, explore, create all kinds of tags. So she's getting people to follow her stuff. But there's, trying to figure out what kind of tree this is. I'm always trying to figure that out. So if you guys know what kind of tree this is, you should put it in the comments below. Is that apple? It's probably not an apple blossom. It's maybe a crab apple or some kind of Chinese apple or Japanese one or something. I'm not exactly sure. I don't think it's peach or plum. This one looks more like an apple blossom to me, or a cherry blossom, or a normal fruit tree. This is just so many of them. I think it's going to be like a cherry tree. She doesn't say what kind it is either. She's out hiking, looking at waterfalls in the area. I mean, this area's got a lot of this beautiful scenery. Look at that water. I mean, you can see right through the water. Good colors, rocks, trees. It'd be fun to go hike and explore these kinds of places. The sun coming in. This kind of looks like morning time. And just the water flowing over the rocks, and it's probably dead silent. You just have a great dog running around, rustling up stuff in the bushes and coming back to check you out every now and then. It would just be a great place to go hike and explore the woods. And this is just one piece of the Ozark Mountains. There's Ozark Mountains all over the place. And you got these. This might be the waterfall she just took a picture of. You got all kinds of classic stuff going on in the area. And you know, pictures, woods, areas, streams, trees, etc., etc. She's looking at art. Here's a river flowing, and so I also pulled up White River in Arkansas. This is the river that is by the property. It's in the area. This is the one that's known for fly fishing. Look at this. The guy caught a gar pike. I took a picture of that. It's nice looking water flowing through here. Water, water, water. Here's a brown trout. This looks like maybe a girl caught a brown trout. Guy, girl caught a brown trout. This is nice. Good mix. You know, healthy mix. She's got a Montana hat on. Should have an Arkansas hat on. People from Montana are coming to Arkansas to go fly fishing. That's the kind of fly fishing you get here. Look, there's brown trout, brown trout, brown trout. tying their own flies, catching their own fish. I mean, these are healthy fish, a good sized fish. These aren't the little silly ones you catch that are like, you hold them in a, this size fish you put in the palm of your hand. It's got a nice color. That looks like a cabezon. I don't know what that's doing on there. Catch those in the ocean, not in freshwater. Fish running up the stream. Look at the size of this thing. It's just some really nice looking ones. Nice looking fish. It's a bass. Fish, fish, fish. Trout, trout, trout. Here's a baby trout. There's gonna be a trout fisherman coming out of her. Growing up in that area. So that's the area. Let's see if we got some property lines in this software. Oh, it's still chugging away. It didn't pull it up. Let's look at some more trout. These guys are kayaking and canoeing down the river. Some scenic. It's looking colder. I think we're getting back further in time. They're starting to get into duck hunting in the fall. There's a kid and a dog. Got tools on a necklace, ready to go. Yeah, these are getting older pictures. I've got some of these pictures of some older videos. Do we have a lot line? There's the lot lines. So let's bring this up. So this is some software that shows the lot lines. And so here's the road. Remember, we're talking about this road. It comes in. So it's just a big rectangle. There's a power line here in the back. You get a bunch of trees. You can put your place in the trees, build a little cabin in the trees, and run with it. So that's the property. If you want to buy this property, go to my website, put the link down below. You can click on that. It'll take you here. And it'll be $499 for this thing, all the fees included. And just go click on the buy now and make it yours. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Let me hit this. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. It's Luke Smith, ruralvacantland.com. If you're interested in properties like this, you want to see more of them, hear more about them, please hit the subscribe button. That'd be much appreciated. And see you in the next one.